This film is going to show you how to create the base packaging around this egg. Now, I downloaded this egg from the internet where somebody had placed it for free. There's a lot of free SketchUp models out there, but we've also saved this for you in a slightly different format to the original file as well. But thank you to Johnny Buck for creating this wonderful, accurate model. Let's just get rid of his name. First thing to do is to realise that to create your packaging, it only has to be a bit bigger than the egg. It's a straightforward packaging, just like when you have a chocolate egg wrapped in foil inside a box. So let's start here with the rectangle tool. We use this to create a rectangle around the base of the egg. Now, to make sure you can do that properly, you might need to change your view. To change your view, press down the middle button and just move your mouse around in SketchUp. To zoom in and out, by the way, just roll that mouse wheel. To shift your view left and right, keep the middle button pressed down and at the same time hold down the Shift key on the keyboard. This changes to the pan tool, little hand. You can then move your view around. If at any point you get utterly totally lost, use this zoom extents. This zooms in and out so you can get back to where you were. If it goes completely wrong and you've utterly lost in 3D space, click on that. Okay, so we've got our first thing in, a flat rectangular plane. As long as it's bigger than the egg, it doesn't really matter. Next we're going to use this, the push-pull tool. Click on it and then click and hold with the left mouse button over the flat plane. Bring it up. We can now see it's covering most of the egg. I'm just going to drag it a bit more so it's over the whole of the egg. Oop, zoom, shift my view around. There we are, we've completely enclosed the egg inside. Next I'm going to go back to the push-pull tool, hold the button down, and I'm going to bring it down until it just about covers the egg. A little tiny bit left there. Do the same bit to this side. What you want to do is basically do this. You might have to zoom in a bit to get the accuracy right on all the sides. The other way you can do it is to actually roll over the egg with this tool. Once it appears, you can very carefully roll over it. I prefer to leave a little bit more showing to remind myself which of the faces I've actually done. So here we're just going very slightly. There we go. On the back, and on the side. Now the bit we haven't done is underneath, so let's finish off with that to give us our mostly enclosed egg. Right, the next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to adjust this to the size of our packaging. Now clearly our packaging doesn't want to be exactly the size of the egg, or even smaller in this case, because it won't fit. So first of all, let's get an idea of where we are using the dimension tool. So I'm going to click on here first, and then here second, drag out, third click. So that's with that again, the dimension tool. And if I now move this item, change the size of the box, you will see the size change here. Now if you're finding, by the way, you're not getting millimeters, that's because you're not in the right template. SketchUp can have different templates for architectural use, inches, millimeters, centimeters, whatever you need. To check you've got the right one on, go to Window, come down to Preferences, and in here you'll see an option called Template. Make sure you've chosen the right template. The one I've used here is Product Design and Woodworking, Units, Millimeters. Provided you do that, you should be fine. Okay. Now, it shows this as being about 155 millimeters. I'm going to make it about 10 mil bigger than the egg, so I'm going to drag out on this side using the push-pull tool. Just selected that, push-pull, to about 160. Doesn't matter if it's slightly out. That'll do. So we've got 159.6 millimeters, which means on this side we need to add 5.4 millimeters. Now clearly it's very difficult to drag out and get it right, but SketchUp has a trick for this. Just drag it out more than you need, and in the bottom right hand corner you'll see a distance box. Let's put in 5.4, that's in millimeters because that's the scale we're using. Press enter, and we have 165. Let's do the same here on the side. Oop, go back there. Same here on the side. So we need to put in a dimension first of all. We've already got 155.5. In fact, we can shortcut things here. We can drag out by 4.5 millimeters that way, go round to the other side, drag this side out, pull out, type in 5, 165. I'm now going to do the same thing for the vertical. It's at 199, so I'm going to add 5.5 to the top, and I'm going to add 5.5 to the bottom. If at any point you make a mistake, SketchUp has amazingly good built-in undo and redo tools. This is where they normally are on Windows programs in Edit, Undo, Push, Pull, where it is on the Mac or no. And you can also use Control and Z to step back all the way to where you started. And particularly cool, if you hold down Control and Y and keep it held down, it zooms it forward really fast. So you can undo and redo things, which does really help to get things right. Okay, now we've got our box the right shape, I'm going to get rid of these dimensions. Now I could use the erase tool here, but I prefer to use this, the select tool. So I'm going to select the item, press delete. Select, press delete. Select, you see it goes blue. I could alternatively go to delete in the edit menu. Now if you look, you'll notice this shadow doesn't seem to line up at the bottom of the box. That's because our box has been extended below what is called the ground plane, where the shadows would be projected onto. So I'm going to use the selection tool again, select this box, and then select move. Click on this, and then hover over a corner, it will snap to that corner, hold down the left hand button, and you should find you will be able to line it up with the axis, which also means you have all your shadows in the right place. Okay, let's deselect by select and click into a blank area. Let's now make some cutouts in our box. You can do this very simply. I'm going to use this, the curve or arc tool. I've got to start on an edge. You can see it says on edge to tell me. Click to start, click to finish. You notice it says on face. It's very important these are on the face, otherwise they'll be in 3D space. And then my next arc is going to start on the end point of there and finish on the edge. Not sure what tangent of vertex means, but it seems to be in the right place. If I've got it right, I will find that when I click with the selection tool, I get two separate parts. If I don't, then somewhere there's a break in the line. So use Control and Z, go back and try the line again. Okay, on this side, I'm going to use the straight line tool, and I'm going to just do something like that. Nothing serious. Okay, selection tool again. Select this face, press delete. It's gone. We can now see the egg inside. Do the same for here. And finally, this thin line here is actually part of the geometry. We need to lose that. So I've selected it carefully by clicking it. I will delete it. And that's it. That's how to create your basic packaging. You now have a packaging which is a good standard size, 165, 165, 210 mil, which helps us create our graphics later. We can see our egg inside. We have a little bit of leeway, a little bit of space around the egg as well. Thank you very much.